Looking to improve your fitness business while keeping your bottom line in good shape? Let the Gym Administrator help you achieve those goals. With their powerful team of fitness industry professionals at the ready, the Gym Administrator covers a wide range of industry-related products and services that will help you build your business and increase profits. The Gym Administrator works with reliable industry suppliers and vendors that place a heavy emphasis on service, just the way you remember it. Give them a call at 914-494-1066 or visit them on the web at thegymadministrator.com as well as all social media platforms. The Gym Administrator, all your fitness needs under one roof. Scan the barcode at the bottom of the screen to get started today.
Do you treat your dog as part of the family? Well, so do we. So why not celebrate your pup's birthday with the ultimate party box? Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Party Pup Info, and let us make your pup's party or any celebration perfection.
Only filmed here out of Indie Music TV. Want to thank everybody for joining us. We are humbled as we're going into a fantastic long weekend, but we're starting off with one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Big Ron Shaw. Ron, how are you, buddy?
Hey, guys. Yes, thank you very much for inviting me to the show. But you know something, right out of the gate, I have to say something here. You know, I've been aware of your show, and it happens to be the most controversial wrestling show, and if not the only controversial wrestling show that I have viewed. And I did see your show last week. And you know something, Monty, I needed to call you, and you know, you guys did call me to come on your show. But you know something, when we were talking, I needed to lay down some ground rules. And, you know, some of the questions that you said that you were going to ask me on this show tonight, it just wasn't appropriate to me. I didn't want to do it. But you were insisting on it. And I'll tell you something, I had to hang up on you. Now, your listeners ought to know one thing. Why did you lie? I hung up on you. Are you afraid to admit that? Now, when I hung up on you 3 days later, the Pharaoh gives me a call, and he says, Big Ron, we want you on the show. We worked everything out. We want you on the show. And I called you up. I said, okay, I'll be happy to do the show. But you know, another thing, Monty, one thing you said, well, I don't care to have Ron Shaw on the show. You know, he's been on other wrestling shows. I don't care. You know, I won't chase him down or nothing like that. Let me tell you something right now. In front of you, I am the only person, past, present, and future, who's got the most upsets in professional wrestling. Let me repeat myself. I've got the most upsets in professional wrestling. And that's something that the WWE has put me in. Their big sports books of entertainment, their history books of the Big 50. I'm in the history books of professional wrestling because of that. Okay?
So, Ron, I'm going to respectfully...
Hey, shut up. I'm not done talking yet.
Whoa.
Are you fucking
Just
kidding me?
shut
What's going
up.
on here?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Easy, bro.
Yo, Ron, wait, hold on, Ron.
I had to go through to get on your show, Monty. You shut up and you just listen to me. I never had to go through stuff like this before on other shows. I've been on 15 shows in the last 7 years, and these five wrestling shows, yours is the one that gave me the most problems. I want to be asked decent questions throughout this whole entire show.
Has he seen our show?
Well, dude, listen, Ron, okay, I'm going to say this again. Understand that I don't think I lied to you, and if you're gonna do our show, and I'm saying this respectfully, I'm gonna ask questions. We're gonna ask questions, and you're gonna have to. You'll either answer them or don't answer them. I'm okay with that. Look, I don't want any issues, dude. We try to respect guys your level, but understand something that this is my show. Okay.
This is our show.
And our show. But
show.
if you're gonna. Look, dude, here's the deal. Yeah, you're right. I really look, with all due respect, you're a legend in the business. I get it, whatever else. But again, I'm not going to retread all the garbage that's been out there already, right? We've heard the story already. And look, dude, show me the respect I'm trying to show you. That's all I'm trying to say to you.
That's fair.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
I gave you the respect. I gave you the respect when I called you and I talked to you and I said, let's do this show. a sophisticated way. No trash talk, nothing like this. Let's not talk about other issues I've talked on 14 other shows, because there's other issues to talk about with Big Ron Shaw.
Well, go ahead, buddy. This is genuinely a great guy.
He was awesome.
But let me ask you, Ron, since in the land of Ron Shaw rosiness,
Rosie?
Dale Cole, who's been on the show, he's the brother of Tom Cole, who actually took his life about a year ago, had issues with sexual harassment and sued the WWE. It was called the Ring Boy scandal. Mel Phillips and Terry Garvin. Did you ever hear about these Ring Boy scandals? Did you see this stuff going on? And did you see Mel Phillips and Terry Garvin doing this type of stuff?
Well, here we go again. Again, this is a question that you said you were going to pose to me on the show, and I didn't want to answer this here. I mean, this is a little bit of something that's been in the past already. I don't think your listening audience is interested in hearing about this, especially out of my lips. I don't know nothing about that because, I minded my own business. Okay, I minded my own business.
We had David Sammartino in studio.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe his
Here we go.
only interview. Oh, here he goes.
What?
All right.
I'm rooting
Whatever.
that he answers
He clears
this
his story.
truthfully.
Listen, let me just ask the question. Can I ask the question?
I've been asked this question. 15 times I've been asked this question, and I've given the same answers. Why don't you just go back and Google my other shows that I was on? There's 14 other shows. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, okay? First of all, you're on Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. But so instead, here's the question I'm going to ask you. Instead of with the kayfabe bullshit and acting like he hurt his back, why don't you finally reveal to the fans that Sammartino told you what was going to happen and you did what you had to do because that was your role, and stop keeping this story that you go from show to show going on. Admit it on this show.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something right now. First of all, what I'm going to say about David Sammartino, when he came into the WWF, he was probably the strongest, if not the strongest wrestler that I've ever seen. And especially when you combine that with a great wrestling talent and knowledge of holds and counter holds, this guy was really a superstar. But on a fateful night in November 1985, after two big slugs behind his head, 6 or 7 body slams later, which nobody can take, he walked out of that ring holding his back, and he heard it on his show. He said, I heard his back. I was the better man that night. Now, if you want to believe what he said, you go right ahead and believe what he said. But I've said all I can say about it is that, and here's another thing. You Google anywhere, YouTube, Vimeo, or any other search engine, and watch that match and see the comments below. 99.9% of the fans back Big Ron Shaw. And they know what happened. And some people, that small percentage, they say, well, Ron Shaw stepped in the ring. You can see he's telling Dusty Feldbomber to finish. I remember exactly what I said to Dusty Feldbomber, just to prove you wrong and some of the other fans wrong, is I said, hey, Dusty, it looks like a good sellout tonight. That's what I said. I wasn't telling him any finish because you know what? I had in my mind what I was going to do that night. Because when I heard some type of a rumor going on in that dressing room, I did what I was going to do, the right thing. Now, I hope that answers your question, Monty, Mr. Wise Guy.
Well, let me try it another way. Let me try it this way. Hello, Ron.
No.
Did David Sammartino really hurt you?
It's the kid across the
or
pond.
not?
You
Or
punk.
did you give it up, Ron?
You punk. You punk.
Oh, I'm a punk.
Let me tell you something. It wouldn't take me no more than 2.5 hours to fly down there and slap your face all over that damn
please don't.
studio. You understand me? I'm done. I'm done.
Come on, man.
Pharaoh,
Come
thank
on,
you,
Ron.
man. You were the man.
Bye, Ron.
This should be the Pharaoh and Monty show.
Bye,
And
Ron.
Let me tell you something, Monty. If I ever do a convention down in New York City, I hope you're there. Over and out.
Great. Good interview, buddy. Good choice. That guy was a gentleman. That was a gentleman for you, everybody. The great Ron Shaw.
Wait a minute, Matt.
The great Ron Shaw.
Did he hang up and just disappear just now?
Congratulations. Never again. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Ron Shaw. Anyway, the first leg of the Monte the Pharaoh marathon didn't turn out the way it was supposed to be. Look, man, I'm not angry at you, okay? I don't know what I did to piss that dude off. I don't get it. Okay, what I told the story is the truth, but whatever. I want to thank Ron Shaw for at least coming on the show. Thank you. Thank you for answering the questions. Congratulations. Anyway. Right? Life and death. But Umaga, Eddie Fatu, your brother.
Yes.
Incredible talent.
Oh, man.
Can you talk to us and just tell us about your brother and what kind of person this man was? Because as a wrestling fan, what a talent. But I could imagine with someone being that talented, what a great human being he probably was.
Yes. Again, these are very sensitive, that come out. But again, I'll just keep it real. My brother was a good person. I'm not just telling you or the world because he's my brother. You have to know him to say these things, and I know him. He was a good person, a good human being, a good dad, a good uncle, a good brother. He was a giving man. I mean, the money that he made and he shared his blessings. It's the same what I did when I was Tonga Kid. I shared my blessings. And, my brother, Edward Fatu, my mom calls him Edward Fatu. I was wondering, who you calling Edward Fatu? I didn't know that was his real name. That's your brother's real name. I thought it was Eki, but it said, no, it's Edward Fatu. It's on the birth certificate. But my brother Umaga was a good man. Like I said, it's just sad that he left so early. He went so quick, so fast, and to this day it's hard. We're still trying to deal with it, and I know it's been a while. But anytime you lose a loved one, it's those are hard to bounce back from. We got to learn how. I try to really learn how to dust myself up. Even with Yoko, I always think, what would be if they were still alive and here with us or with me, what would it be like? A celebration. There's always laughing and joy all the time with us. So we miss half of that. We miss half of the Samoans, our family. They're all falling. Everyone's falling like dominoes right now. And a lot has to do with the choices they make, the stuff they eat, the things they do in life. You're putting in your body. It's all up to you, whether you want to move forward in life or not. But my brother had some issues he was dealing with, and, it can, again, like I said, it can be family issue, it can be work issue, it could be maybe he didn't go, Vince sent him, I guess, to some rehab or whatever the case may be. But again, you can't I can lead the horse to the water, but I can't make you drink it, But, yeah, I mean, he's a good person. He really was. Well, again, I'm not saying that because he's my brother. Please don't. I'm not trying to be a hero or saying, oh, you only say it because his brother. No, I'm telling you, he is a good person, a good human being, a good dad, a good brother. He was just a giving person, and he was humble. He just happened, the spotlight they gave him, he earned that. He's a good fucking wrestler, man. A good worker, a savage, a beast, a bulldozer. You call it all. You combine all them wrestlers in one. That's my brother Umaga right there.
Sam, I would hope that it would be comforting at least to you, because I'm sure you recognize this. Since his passing, his legend amongst wrestling fans has grown to almost mythological proportions. People want him in the Hall of Fame yesterday. I mean, that must make you feel good, at least, I would assume.
Yes. I mean, at least they recognize him. At least they thought about him. You know what I mean?
It was great.
Sam, I'm going to tell you a true story.
Great.
I have a daughter. She's 30 now. If I was going to have a son, and my wife could back this up, my daughter could back this up, I was going to name my son Umaga. And that is the truth. That is the truth. If my wife was here, she would tell you. I was naming my son Umaga.
There's Umaga right here.
That's it, baby, Umaga. Be that successful, right?
Yeah, you gotta go with it 100%.
You know, Barry,
Past that point.
Yeah, I get it. It's a tough time, but I got to clear this off the table. You lost your nephew recently.
Yeah.
You want to share your thoughts about what's going on with your family, and I mean, for wrestling fans, obvious a sad time, but I mean, my heart went out to you, your family, and the Rotunda family. It's just a shame.
Yeah, it's still pretty hard to talk about, but I mean, he was just such a beautiful person.
Yeah. Well, our prayers are with you guys, man.
Yeah, he's going to be sorely missed.
He's one of the most brilliant minds in the business currently, that's for sure. That is for sure.
Tito Santana, catch Monte and the Pharaoh, 8:05 to 9 p.m. every Thursday on Village Connection Radio. Arriba!
Wow, you're gonna have to work a lot harder to impress the goddess of WWE, Alexa Bliss. Sorry, Mike.
Man, welcome to a special Saturday edition of Monte and the Pharaoh, Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, and basically becoming the nation's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, only here at Village Connection Radio at Rockstar Studios. At the helm is none other than the owner, the superstar, Mr. Jim Savelli.
Jimbo!
What up?
And to my right is none other than the star of the show, Jimmy Pharaoh.
Yo.
And our special guest, back for round 2, people.
Round 2.
Ding, ding.
Former rocker and WWE superstar, Marty Jannetty. You want to give the credentials of Mr. Jannetty? All right.
Oh, my God. Hell hath frozen over.
That was better than that girl last night.
What?
There you go.
Oy, oy, oy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guest, Marty Jannetty, born Frederick Martin Jannetty. Oh, well, that's true. You didn't have a say in it. February 3rd, 1960. American retired professional wrestler. Are you retired?
I'm retired. It is retired.
In a career spanning more than 3 decades, he's worked for the promotions including WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, American Wrestling Association, World Championship Wrestling, and Extreme Championship Wrestling. Has won a total of 20 championships. This is where I get dizzy. American Wrestling Association. Tag team champions 2 times of the world with Shawn Michaels. Central States Wrestling, he's got several things going on here. Central States Heavyweight Championship 2 times. Tag Team Championship, how many times? 5 times. Tommy Rogers twice, Bob Brown, and Shawn Michaels.
It's embarrassing.
Jeez, man, you must have gotten exhausted. Central
Which
State
one?
TV Champion. CWA, I remember them. AWA Southern Tag Team Championship 2 times with that guy, Shawn Michaels. There he is again.
The other rocker.
Yeah, the other rocker. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, ranked number 13 of our, we love top 5, PWI 500, ranked number 13. What year was this? 1993. Ranked number 33 in the top 100 tag teams of the PWI years. Should be higher on this too. What's 32. Going on here?
No.
What? Instead of 32?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not that upset about it.
Mistreatment.
Oh, a little bit. All right. Then we got the match of the year.
Everybody's always mistreating you, brother.
What's going on?
You need to be careful.
Yeah. You. Okay. Oh my God.
But
Already? We just started. Anyway, 1993.
Wait, hold on. I'm not trying to disrespect you, bro. I'm just saying.
What is
You're
it?
not going to this time.
Oh my God. I'm getting nervous already. Look, listen. 1993 match of the year versus Shawn Michaels on Monday Night Raw, May 17th. I'm not done reading the resume. No brawling until I'm done. All right.
No brawling.
What else do we got here? Worldwide Wrestling Alliance. There too, he was over there. World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Championship, as we know, and World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship with the 1, 2, 3 Kid, one of my all-time. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop
whatever. I mean, X-Pac way cooler. Anyway, what are you going to do? Wrestling Observer Newsletter, Tag Team of the Year, 1989, with Shawn Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, hell has frozen over. This is the rocker, Marty Jannetty.
All right.
You know how we do it, though. Rocking and rolling, strutting, strolling, slamming, jamming, moving, grooving.
Yep. That pretty much sums that up, folks. Mike, what do you got? Let's get this ball rolling.
So, Marty, welcome back to New York, my friend. How's it going?
Good, brother.
Yeah, what do you got planned for today?
I'm trying to sit still.
Trying to sit still?
Yeah, because...
Well, you're simple. You're like Hendrix. Hendrix used to just try to get up every day. How'd that turn out?
From before.
What happened?
No, I'm going to try to let it peace out. Let it peace out.
He's letting it peace out.
What's that?
But last time I was here, y'all remember?
Yeah, we remember. How couldn't we remember?
See?
My God. Would you please go on?
It wasn't that bad. I mean, I can tell the truth or I can lie.
We always like the truth here on Monte The Pharaoh, Mr. Jannetty.
Well, you can give us your version.
All right. Well, yeah.
I don't know what that's going to be, but this should be cute. Go on.
Look, man, when I come...
You're all good. You're all good.
Don't forget, he's watching. Go on.
No, it was just some things, and I got no problem saying.
Go ahead.
Last time I came up, I was pain-pilled up.
Yeah.
I hope I can't go to jail for that.
No, you're all good.
You're
good.
Taking this
Come on now.
No, I'd be pain-pilled up.
What causes something like that to happen?
With my ankles?
No, with the medication. What causes that to happen?
Well, I mean, when you're in so much pain, and man, it's so hard now to get it. The doctors are
obviously,
because everybody's dying.
Do you have a regular doctor?
Yeah, yeah.
You have someone you go to
but
consistently.
They
backed off?
Yeah, they give you so much.
Okay.
A long time and they weaken the dose because of all the.
Okay.
Opioid.
Are you? Look, can I ask you honestly? Are you aware of what's going on sometimes when you take the pills and go, "What did I just do?"
Sometimes I get embarrassed by it.
Okay.
But when I'm taking them,
yeah,
I'm trying to kill this pain.
Obviously,
it's
look, no one questions
man.
what you put your body through.
I actually have one of the crutches, which is embarrassing.
Right.
You're a big bad wrestler.
Right. Well, you're also full of pizza dough too. So.
Oh my God!
Right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
You know where that was from? The best pizza place in Long Island.
Really? What was that? Joey's?
I can't remember.
I thought it was called Shitholios. What the fuck do I know?
Well, anyway, Marty, we got a glass table for you if you need it, so you're all good.
A glass table?
It's a mirror. I'm sorry.
You got the cameras. Why is this white powdery stuff on there? And then you're going.
It's residue. It's residue from last show.
Oh my God!
From the last year you were here.
And
if you use that table, there's really no excuse because you can see what you're doing.
According to the man, it was in the bathroom. It happened in the bathroom.
The man? I didn't know the man showed up.
That man would be me.
Oh, you're the man.
I would be the man.
Officer Monty. Very interesting.
Police Officer Monty.
Police Officer Monty. Please, Officer Monty.
Well, listen. If we could get past it, we'll get past it, right? I you know what? I at least give you credit for coming back on the show.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. Maybe you're scared. I don't know.
If you think of a reason time during the show, let me know.
A what?
Oh, really?
A what? I didn't catch that.
Repeat that one more time, and we'll see what
please,
happens.
please.
Tough guy.
Man, either you did your homework or you didn't.
Was your next line going to be "Get froggy"?
What?
Fucking guys.
What's froggy?
Listen, dude, I'm trying to show you respect because of your legendary status.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're a wrestling show, and a lot of wrestling fans.
Damage that with the bullshit you were saying.
Why would you call it bullshit? I don't call it bullshit.
bullshit.
I'm trying to keep it real,
I
bro.
was in there doing what I had to do.
Listen. Let me tell you something.
I could have been like Sid Vicious and just said, "Hell with y'all, I ain't showing up."
Yeah, you could have.
Or like a bunch of
So
guys.
I give you credit for being more of a man than
I ain't talking to you now.
No, it's fine.
But I mean, I could have done that, but I wasn't going to do that.
But I'm going to keep it real, bro. Right? We're all human beings, and you know what?
Too real right now.
Again, you got to be. Listen, dude. You got to be careful who you speak to. Right? I'm a 51-year-old guy, and no matter who you think you are. You know, this could be a problem. So let's keep this cool, right? Because this is... Oh, now he's going to turn the fucking microphone. Oh, tough guy. Oh.
Okay, now keep talking.
At what point am I allowed...
This is your fucking buddy, right?
At what point am I allowed to say...
Oh, no, so you're hands off.
Now, hold on a second. At what point am I allowed to say anything?
Go ahead, say
Can
something.
I say something? The only thing I'll say to Marty Jannetty is this. I have loved wrestling since I was a child, okay? And I was a fan of yours since I was a young man. I've always loved you. I've always rooted for you, you know. You were our first signing. You were our first, you know what, fuck this shit. You were our first guy. You were our first guy. You have any idea how excited I was that you were coming?
Then why'd you let that man...
Hold on, no. This man's also my best friend from childhood.
Okay.
Can you hear my microphone? I don't know if you don't have the microphone in front of you, so you want people to hear what you're saying. I don't know. I'll guide you that way, too.
All I'm saying is this. Just for a second, try to put yourself for 1 minute in my position, okay? I was so excited you were coming, right?
That was too.
When you showed up, I don't want to start getting into where you were previous that day, but I feel like a puppet master was playing some games with you, and it really disturbed me.
Yo, Jimmy, you know what? I appreciate.
And I'm not putting it on Marty, by the way.
Okay, so I appreciate.
I'm putting it on the puppet master.
I appreciate.
I'm putting it on the puppet master. Okay.
You giving that person that much credit?
You know what?
Because that's way more.
I feel.
Listen, dude. Listen. You're making a show about somebody else. This is a grown ass man.
I'm trying to explain.
This
how
is a grown
I felt
ass
that
man.
Day.
Yo,
I
dude.
understand he's a grown. I'm trying to explain to him how this felt.
I'm serious. I'm about to fucking walk right the fuck out. Because this is the shit I knew was gonna happen.
What do you mean?
This is the bullshit.
Well, what
You're
would you
fucking
like to have
kowtowing to him.
I'm not kowtowing to him at all.
Well, this is.
I'm explaining to him how I felt.
Look, I knew it could do two different ways.
Dude, you want to fight him? Go ahead. Let me get out of the way. And you two can fucking have at it. Because at the end of the day, this was
you know
about...
what? I actually don't mind that goddamn shit.
Whoa,
I actually don't mind that shit. Damn, dude. Bro. All right, man.
Easy, bro! Easy! Alright, stop.
Let go, Marty.
Stop.
I'll fucking start collecting you, Marty.
Stop.
Fucking let go, Marty.
Stop!
You let go right now.
Stop. Stop. Good try.
Let go.
Alright, calm down.
What are you coming after him for?
Did you see what we just did?
Yeah, I saw you assault him, you fuck. That's what I saw.
Alright, let me back him up. Back up.
Big tough guy, huh?
Calm down. It's my fault.
I'll take anything you throw me, motherfucker. What? Respect the hell out of you. What are you doing, bro?
Take your jacket.
And you need to know how to control your best friend, you said.
Alright. It's my fault.
The fuck, Marty? Marty, man, what the fuck, bro?
That was bad. Oh, we're still in the air.
You alright?
Yeah.
We're still in the air, bro.
Take the interview. I'll be back in a minute.
You alright?
Yeah, sit down.
I'll fix that.
Finish your application.
No, I got it.
Oh.
I'll get it.
Finish the interview. I'll be back.
Finish the interview?
I'll be right back. Relax.
Fuck that, I want a cigarette.
No.
No!
We're playing right now.
We
on
are?
air.
This is a game?
We're on air.
Oh, we're still on there?
Yeah.
This whole fucking time?
It's on air. It's not a game.
Why don't you come down, Butcher? You come down too!
Stop.
Just as tight as it was.
So
Tight.
did you know that he was having the problems that he was
I
having?
knew he was. Anyway, he didn't stop. He smoked. He had that stroke. Driving home from his daughter's graduation. And run off the road. You know. But he got to see Tisha graduate from high school. God bless him. She's passed on too. She's a good girl. That was his pride and joy. But he got to be around her and everything. I just don't want to hear that about him having a stroke. Off that road. That hurt me. I couldn't make it to the funeral. It happened too fast, and the funeral come up too fast. But he knows in spirit I'm there. You know, and he's very inspiration to me. I ain't never seen nobody over like that.
Nah, he was way over. And he should have been given the strap at one point. He was world championship material, right? I mean, what on earth?
Jimmy, I gotta take a dump. What? No, I mean I need a dumpster.
Well, for all those needs, you need to call Big V Dumpster Rental, Long Island, New York, 631-900-DUMP. Elm Logistics, for all your logistic needs, call 631-299-3595. That's 631-299-3595. Elm Global Logistics, pride, performance, and partnerships.
I'd like you to close us out with maybe some final words about Dan, and maybe what would you like to say to him if he was still with us and you had an opportunity to give him some final last words?
You know, I guess I could say this for Scott Hall, for JJ, and for Dan Mirade. Ernest Hemingway wrote a book. And the book was called For Whom the Bell Tolls. And today, the bell tolls for Scott Hall, for JJ, and for Dan Mirade. Listen quietly, hear the ring, and share the memories. If Dan was still here, I think we'd still be laughing and fooling. I still think my words would be the same to him. Dan, cool down, slow down. Don't take things personal. This is not about you, my friend. Relax, please. And I had him laughing, and we'd go back and forth. And I think that's what I would keep saying to him. You don't realize how hard it is. Dan, slow down. A lot of us here to help. Let us help. So one thing he never knew how to do was delegate. He could never delegate. And that would be one thing I would tell him. And again, don't let things get to you. Don't take it personal. Walk away. Take the high road. Andy Wong would always say, take the high road. Take the high road. Walk away. You know, we all know about the incident he had with our favorite guy, and he's a great friend. Walk away. Walk away in peace, and it ends in peace. No need to start a war. No need. And those are the things I would tell him. And you know, slowly he was understanding. Slowly. And I guess that's the way I'd leave him. You know, on the back of his prayer card, I'm just going to read you what they put on here, if I may. Those who we love must someday pass beyond our present sight, must leave us and the world we know. Without their radiant light, we know that like a candle, their loving light will shine to brighter up another place, more perfect, more divine. And in the realm of heaven, where they shine so warm and bright, our Lord, one life, forevermore in God's eternal light. And I believe that's where they all are. I'm sure that Mirade's up there trying to tell Peter how to run the friggin' gates. And if he gives him any trouble, he's going to put it on TV and talk about what a slob he was and how he forgot to get the golden key. Scott Hall, as you said earlier, Pharaoh, is going to walk up to the gate and say, hey, Peter, it's a wonderful place up here, but I want them gold toothpicks. And JJ, I'm sure, is writing a song about how great heaven is. So for all of us, we should sit back and say, as Bob Hope says, and includes Dan Mirade, Scott Hall, JJ, all the other ones that went before us. Thanks for the memories.
Mr. Cena, you're a class act, and we want to thank everybody for joining us. I'm glad we could call you a friend, and prayers to the three gentlemen you just mentioned. Mr. Cena, send us out, please.
That's on you, John. Send us home.
I don't know how to send you home except say thank you. I love you guys tremendously. You truly are my friends, and I do wait for the day you call and say you're in Saugus, let's go to the Kowloon. And to all the fans of Monte and the Pharaoh, and those fans of Boston Wrestling and NWF, thank you for the memories. It's only the beginning, only the beginning. And Monte the Pharaoh, again, thank you so much for allowing me to come on and talk about my dear friend, Dan Mirade.
regrets at all. None.
Did you get any resentment from some of the guys because you were making more cash than a lot of the guys? I mean, I remember weren't you married to Sam at the time, Sam Houston?
Yes.
And Sam was down at the bottom of the card and you were at the top of the card. Was there any friction there,
There was probably more friction with Sam because he didn't, because I was making, really good money. But I don't know of anybody that was like, it's not appropriate for her to be here. I can't believe that she's making the money that she did, because what I was doing was actually drawing crowds, and I had a lot of heat. I mean, I'll look back at some of those crowds. When Dusty slapped me that first time, I know that Dusty was worried that it would turn him. He had to have to be careful with this, because I'm going to hit you. And he says, it may turn me heel. He said, we're going to have to see what happens. And when you look at that crowd, whenever he hits me, the women stand up and are like, hit her again, hit her again. And the cigarettes are hanging out of their mouth, and they've got the drinks, and it's just like, oh my gosh. I can't believe that those people hated me so bad, and they didn't know who I was by any means. And Baby Doll's complete 180 of who I am. So it was scary, but then it was fun to make people that mad. So.
Well, you did a great job, because I got to tell you the truth. I hated Baby Doll. I literally hated Baby Doll. You did Dark Side of the Ring, and we're not really going to talk about that, right? But Sam was your ex-husband.
He is my ex-husband.
Well,
he was my husband.
Right. So, how's your relationship with him now? And like, when you see him in signings, is that difficult, or is it just whatever? It's just business as usual.
We divorced in '94. I had found out that he had cheated on me whenever I was pregnant with our oldest daughter. I tried to I had left him right after Micah was born, and then tried to get back together. I got pregnant with my youngest daughter. We were living in Baton Rouge at the time, and for whatever reason, he called me and he said, "Hey, Nick, I need to talk to you." And so, go in there, bebopping in there, everybody's happy, and he said, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to be married anymore. I want to be the life of the party. And he handed me $100 and a plane ticket, and I had to go back to Lubbock. I was pregnant. I had a 1-year-old on my hip. I had $100, and that was it.
Oh, my God.
And he proceeded to not pay child support, not really come and see the girls. And when he did come see the girls, he'd be like really drunk, and it was not good. And my dad actually one time had Sam had shown up for a birthday party or something, and we had told him, no, don't show up. This is, you're not going to just show up for parties and birthdays and Christmas. You're not going to be that type of dad. And sure enough, he's inappropriate. He showed up. So I called my dad. I was like, Sam just pulled up. What do I do? He said, stay in the house. I'll be right there. And my dad showed up, and he had a .45, and he pointed at Sam, and I couldn't hear what was saying, and you could see Sam kind of like, okay, and he backed up and he left. And we didn't see him for 11 years after that. He never called the girls. He never came by, nothing. He was gone. And in that time, he totaled like 7 cars in 3 years. He had a bunch of DUIs. He went here and there and went to Japan a couple of times and never sent money over to us. And it was really hard for probably about 5 years. And there was a point in my life where I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I said, I am not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to let that man have this much control over my life. I'm not going to feel this way. And ever since then, he can do whatever he wants to do, and I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And he did 5 years in jail for DUIs, and he's gotten remarried now, and his wife seems to be a really nice lady. And I don't hold any grudges. My husband now, Chad, is just like exes are exes for a reason, and he kind of thinks that we should be like totally separated and apart and the whole thing, but it doesn't bother me. Sam can do whatever he wants to, and good for him.
I got to get this in. Is this the same Sam that was a Facebook friend of ours that became like this religious dude and unfriended us or something because our show was too? Is that the same?
I don't know.
Didn't he become
probably so? And then
he's a representative of the high and mighty now, right? He sounds like it from the resume you just gave me. Not. Is this the same guy?
I guess.
I'm sorry. I hate to be this way, but that guy sucks. Anyway.
Well, there's Sam, the godly man, and then there's Sam that you see behind the curtain, and he'll be cursing and smoking and doing all this stuff, and then say that, well, I've got to go to church since I'm doing this today, but that's not how church works. I mean, we all make mistakes, and God understands that, but God also understands that when you intentionally do bad things and think that you're going to get away with it by praying later, that's not how it works.
WOB says, in fairness, Sam has alcohol issues.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So does he get a pass because of his alcohol issues?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I went to a lot of Al-Anon meetings after, because my dad was an alcoholic, and he had 35 years sober. He had all the coins, and he sponsored a lot of people. And alcoholism can only go so far, but when you know you have a problem, and you know that your behavior has affected people and is affecting people, then you have to change that behavior. But I can't change Sam. I can only be in charge of myself. I am the only one that's in charge of me. And it took a long time to figure that out, that whatever he did should not have a difference in my life. I'm the difference in my life. So, but if Sam's happy, then good for him. I don't care.
So is it fair to say, though, that you gave up your career for Sam, right?
I gave up my career because I was pregnant.
Right.
And I knew that if I had children, then I couldn't be a mom and I couldn't be baby doll at the same time. The first year that I worked with Tully, I only had 15 days off the whole year.
Wow.
So I was either going to be a really good mom or I was going to be baby doll. And I couldn't be a really good mom and be baby doll. So I wanted to be the Sunday Delight mom. I wanted to be the mom that all the kids came over the house and had snacks and treats. And I am a really good mom. So, and I'm proud of that. Out of everything I've done, and I've done some really cool stuff.
Right.
My kids are it.
So can you tell us about your daughters?
I have two. I have Micah Tyler and Michaela Joy. Micah is 30 and Michaela just turned 29. Smart girls, pretty girls, just, oh my gosh, you're going to make me cry. Like I said, I've done a lot of stuff, but man, God blessed me with them. They really did. And it was just their accomplishments. I love it that they come home from school and go, look, Mom, what I did. I loved it when we had thunderstorms in Lubbock and we'd go out and collect snails and they'd have the big snails all over their arms. They're just the joy of my life, and I'm so blessed.
And you should be very proud of yourself for what you went through and how you took care of your children. I mean, look, again, our children are the most important thing, but you gave up a lot. Again, you are an icon.
But I gained so much. It's not like I gave out. It's kind of like...
I'm not saying it's a mistake. All I'm saying is understand what you have done.
Right.
And, if I could fairly say this, I say, shame on Sam. It's fine. Maybe he didn't want to be married anymore, but you don't walk away from your kids.
It was actually a blessing that he left, because in the turmoil that goes around with alcoholism and everything, it's a good thing that my girls didn't see that. It's a good thing that he didn't stick around, because I didn't have to give him up every other weekend and then be worried, okay, is he drinking with them, or is he in the car with them when he's drinking? Where are they at? I didn't have the every other Christmas and every other holiday having to, that worry of what was going on. It was just recently that I realized that it was actually very fortunate that he was not in our life, because it could have been horrible. There's one thing between being hard and then being horrible, and that could have been a tragedy. Because what if he had a wreck and killed my kids? No, it was a good thing. He went and did what he wanted to do, and I got to have one of the best lives ever.
Timing is everything. Do you think that Baby Doll could have even existed in today's landscape, the way society is, considering how Baby Doll was portrayed back in the 80s? Could you even do these things with a woman?
the world to me. Bobby Eaton was my hero. He was definitely my hero. Wow, get a little emotional here. Sorry.
It's okay.
But
it's okay.
Bobby was everything to me, for real. Bobby was the reason I wanted to wrestle, not because of my dad, because of Bobby. Bobby was just such a kind. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good, bro. It's all
Wow.
good. All good.
It called me out of nowhere, man.
Understood.
Bobby was definitely my hero, man, and it's hard to lose your heroes, bro. Sorry, guys.
No, all good. Do you feel that?
But I mean, he was really everything. Bobby was just so kind and just such a good dude, man. And once again, when the wrestling business threw him away when they were done with him, it's just fucking terrible, man. Tracy's mothers, they just threw him away when they were done with him, It's just a fucking terrible thing, bro. It's just so sad. It's just no future in the wrestling business, bro. I mean, you may make a bunch of money one time, but there ain't the fucking 10 guys I can mention out of 200 or 300 that I know that have anything when it's over. You know what I mean, man? It's just, I don't know. It's just such a fucking dog eat dog fucking world. When people die in the wrestling business, the young wrestlers don't fucking mourn. They get excited because the spot opened up. You know what I mean, man? It's just terrible, man. I just hate it. But I tell you what I do love is the fact that somebody in New York even cared. I'm sorry and I apologize. And if people bought pictures or whatever, I'd be more than happy to sign them, put them in an envelope. I'll give you my address, send them to me. I'll sign them and send them back. Because honestly, I really didn't think nobody would give a flying fucking New York. Nobody knows me in New York. You know what I mean? I was raised in the South. I wrestled in these same fucking buildings my whole life. My daddy did. My whole entire family did. And so to me, the South is where I think I didn't think nobody would really fucking care. I really didn't. And it seems like I got so much more publicity by no showing than I would have ever got for going there. So in a sense, maybe it was better. But I don't want to be in the wrestling business. And if Wolfie's whole deal was to put us together and go around and do these conventions, well, I wasn't going to do that either. And you know what I mean? And I don't know what as I came to realization that I didn't want to end up hanging myself in a fucking jail cell or dying in a goddamn hotel or, with nobody around, nobody cared. And so I had to get away from it, man. And it's just such a bad thing, man. And I'm sorry. And for those people that came to see me, I'm flattered. And I'd be more than happy to take care of it. Sign pictures, whatever I got to do, man. And I'm fine. I apologize to them. But to Eric Sims, I don't apologize to him. Fuck you, dude. I wasn't going to come up there and let you sell $40 pictures of me and keep the money. Eat a dick, motherfucker. That's what I say. I'm fucking so tired of these fucking bottom feeders that don't do a goddamn thing in my business, don't know nothing about my fucking business, and they get to keep all the money. No, not on my dime no more, motherfuckers.
Jamie, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back talking to the great Jamie Dundee.
We shall return.
The agreements right from the get-go.
But the great comment you guys made, right? That the high level actor unified with the lower level actor, so unification was something to be proud of. So now I'll roll into something like that. So why aren't wrestlers like that? Because there would have been opportunities, I'm assuming, at some point within these generations that you could all bonded together and unionize instead of being an independent contractor.
The Jesse Ventura stuff, have you heard that?
Well, yeah, of course, and I'm sure it was tried afterwards. But why do you think wrestlers can't seem to get their act together and unify or become unionized?
I mean, that's a great question. I think you're working in different conditions, where on, say, a production, unless it's, and I'm not too sure if the stagehands, I would imagine. See, so like when WWE travels, they hire out local stagehands they're part of a union, I would imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those
Yep.
local stagehands. Okay,
Yep.
so like they're part of that. The actual employees, they're taken care of, right? It's really down to really just the wrestlers, the cattle that are the supposed what's it called? Independent contractor. Can't work for anybody else, but you're an independent contractor.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Right.
we want your first, second, and third born, but you're an independent contractor. So
You work for us, so you
the
get no
whole-
health benefits, but you're an independent contractor.
it's a nasty circus. You know, I mean, it's a nasty circus, and we're the animals, and there's nothing else like it. And you get that. It's not a bug. It's I mean, it's a disease. You know,
Elaborate a little more. What's the disease?
The love. That's
So once you taste it, you just can't get away from it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take the wrestler out of the ring, but you can't take
Can't take the wrestler out of the wrestler.
you can't take the ring out of the wrestler.
Well, I totally get it. I totally get it. Let's speak more about, who we consider one of the greats of all time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the one humbling thing about doing the show is you get to meet some of these ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
And the majority of them turn out to be such wonderful, wonderful human beings.
Can I get this in real fast?
Yes.
This show was created out of the love, the true love for pro wrestling, from two guys who grew up and have known each other for over 40 years, junior high. We genuinely loved it. We used to practice it in the backyard, and I can say with confidence that some of these guys who got supposed real training, you never would have survived what we did to each other on the hard ground in the wintertime in New York back in the day. But this show was based on the love of people like the man who's sitting to our right.
Well,
this was everything that we wanted to have in mind for these kinds of wrestlers.
We
are blessed.
I also want to say, Pharaoh, it's very humbling to have people watching this show.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Like the Maria Davises
Oh
or
my
like
God.
the Todd B. Crafts, right?
Oh my God!
That show the respect and they tune in every week.
Yeah.
And you know what? How many times I say how funny they are and they make me laugh.
Our audience
but anyway,
is hilarious.
this whole thing has been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But unfortunately, and I'm going to make this
Why
clear.
does there always have to be an unfortunately?
So before I even go to...
Here we go!
Before we even go to this, I want everybody to understand that we will question Mr. Atlas.
Okay.
He will answer.
Yes.
We will take a commercial break, and then all the fans out there, ask whatever you want to Mr. Atlas. He will not deny you the
Awesome.
opportunity to challenge him on anything.
All right.
But allow us to ask these questions. And everybody, there will be other wrestling talk. But first...
Sure.
Tony, in life, you want it to be pleasurable to the best of your ability. But then sometimes it's this rat. It just gnaws at you and nibbles on you, right? And you're sitting on the floor. It's just... This rat
is it on your toe?
It's
like
nicking
your
at you,
big toe.
And you know, he says things, and
more like flies. You keep swallowing.
in a portal potty. A fly.
In a portal potty.
This is a rat.
I know what you're talking
This
about.
is a rat. You know why it's a rat? Because rats steal. Right? Ooh. Rats take.
Ooh.
They go behind your back. They do all this really, really, really stuff. And
rat.
Again, people don't know me per se, but we've been invited to come to someone's studio.
Sure.
The dude doesn't want to meet me in person.
No.
It'll be ugly.
Yeah, good Lord.
I am an exterminator. But that's not the point.
Holy raid can, Batman.
Tony.
Next.
You started up with Boston Wrestling.
Okay.
Very entertaining show because of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
How does it start with Mr. Dan Mirade?
Well, I was home one day, and Dan gave me a phone call. And before I say this, I want all the fans to do one thing for me. I want them, not like I say, I don't know all about this technology stuff. I want the fan to get me on the Steve Walker show. You know what Steve does, right?
Shoot.
Yes.
Steve put you on that live detect machine. Now, the guy that Steve got to do his live detect, he's the best in the world.
Okay.
He worked for the FBI. He did all this stuff. Live detector machine.
Right.
You know, 'cause I could say one thing today, somebody else, 'cause I don't have power on the internet. I'm silenced. I can't talk to people on the internet, my Facebook. The only time I could talk or defend myself is when nice people like you come along. So I want to be on the Steve Walker show. So contact Marty and the Pharaoh to get Tony Atlas on the Steve Walker show for everything that I'm going to tell y'all now. I want to do it on a live detector machine. That way we know who's lying and who's not lying. This is how it started. Dan called me one day, told me about the program he's trying to put together. He said, what would it cost to get you down here? And I said, Dan, I'm going to try to give you the best deal I possible. I said, I work for Steve Picard. It was Top Rope Wrestling.
Okay.
I said, I charge you the same as I charge him. He said, what did he pay you? I said, give me $450. He go, well, can you do it for $200? I said, no, I can't do it for $200. He said, yeah, but this is the beginning of things. Things will get big, and we're gonna do good, and give me a whole bunch of stuff. My wife is sitting there going, the whole time she's going, don't do that.
Okay.
So, Fred, I said, Dan, can you at least give me $300? Well, I know I could do the $200. And my wife going, me being Tony, not too smart, I took the deal. But I said, look, I could do it when I got something, when I'm coming through your area. And I got people like MAJ could tell you the same thing.
Okay.
Johnny, I'm going to mess up his name. I call him Callahan, but then the other day he told me it's not Callahan, it's Callahurst.
Okay.
Now, Johnny helped me out a lot. Him and his wife Mary are wonderful people. So y'all want any million billions or autograph picture or anything? In fact, I'm going to drop by on the 27th of this month just to say hi to him. He just told me I set up something for you to make some money. I said, Johnny, you don't have to do that. He said, no, I want to do it for you. I said, Johnny, you don't have to do that. You ask Johnny. I tell you the same thing. Johnny Callahan, I love him. I had a little. I got drunk one day and hollered at his wife. She got mad at me.
That's a surprise.
But Mary, Johnny, if Mary listens, Mary, I'm sorry that I pulled the ox baker on you, and it won't happen again. If I holler at you again, Mary, slap me. That's what my wife do. Monica would just backhand me when I get too rambunctious with her. But I was drunk as a skirt and holler and hurt her feeling. And I felt bad about that. So I want to take this time first to say I'm sorry to Mary.
There you go.
And I'm going to go by there the 27th to apologize to Mary and to shake Johnny's hand and thank him for everything he ever did for me. He's a great person. John Callahurst of MAJ Collector Talk Game and But anyway, back to the story. You know how I do. I get all off into everything.
Come back.
But anyway,
come back,
Tony.
Yeah.
Anyway, if I had a show, like I live in Maine.
Yeah.
So if I'm driving to New York, that's a 360-mile trip.
Wow.
So I said, well, I got expenses. I got the rental car, I got gas, I got toll, people that travel, I got food. So if somebody offered me $500 in my head right off the bat, I estimate how much it's going to cost me to get there.
Sure.
So if it's going to cost me $200 to get there, somebody give me $500, then I know I'm going to make it $300. To me, automatic, that's not $500 to me. That's $300 because it will cost me $200 to get there. So I said I had to figure out a way of making my expense money.
Mm-hmm.
So I called Dan. I said, yeah, Dan, we could do it when I'm coming through your area.
Right.
But I don't know what happened. He wanted me to come down there when I didn't have nothing. Well, me being me, I did it a couple of times.
Which to defend
$200.
Okay. That
Now,
was your decision. You accepted that.
I accepted that.
That's right.
I made that decision. I accepted it. But then it got to the point, the prices started going up. And I remember one trip, and I told Dan this. I told him many a times. Every time he paid me, I talked to him about it. He just smiled and walked away like I was a piece of shit. And I told him, I said, Dan, you know, it's cost me a lot more to do your show without something to go with it. So then one time I had to go to Pennsylvania. No, Atlantic City, New Jersey, from Mike Hamilton. He runs the showboat in New Jersey, Atlantic City in New Jersey.
Okay.
For me, it's a 6.5 to 7 hour drive. So I said, well, I go down, I do Boston wrestling. Then I stay in Boston, because that would take 2 hours. Cause it's a 2 hour drive from me to Melrose. It take me 2 hours of driving. So I said, the next day I just got 5 hours to do. So I said, Dad, I come down and I'll do your show. Can you get me a hotel room? Oh, sure, Tony, we get your hotel room. So I drive down. He get the hotel room for me. I went to get my $200. He gave me $55. And I said, what is this for? He said, it's the rest of your pay. He said, I had to deduct your room for your, I took the pay, out of the room. So I said, oh, forget about it. I'm on my way to Atlantic City. The guy in Atlantic City is going to pay me $1,200. Plus, I sell all the gimmicks I want. So I'm looking at, about a $1,500.
But you had just lost almost 3/4 of your intended pay.
Right. So I'm left with $50. But I got a hotel.
And how many hours do you shoot? How many hours do you shoot with Boston
we started
Wrestling?
shooting at 3 o'clock during the day, and we be finished at 9 o'clock. So it's about 6 hours of taping.
So you had to drive for hours to do 6 hours of taping and pay for your own room and get $50 basically,
Yes.
$55.
And this is honest God truth.
Wow.
I wanna
How
be
generous. Wow.
If I could get on Steve Workout, I'm going to tell the same thing. My mother told me one thing. She said, when you tell a lie, you have to tell another lie to cover that one up.
Sure.
Another lie to tell that
Sure.
one. And by the time you get through at the end, you don't know what lie you told.
Yeah.
But when you tell the truth, it comes out the same every time.
Of course.
Every time. Anyway, I got more story.
Go ahead.
Another time, I went down for Dan, and I was trying to help Dan. This was for him. Because I was running late. Because see, what I used to do, I work at a gym in the morning as a personal trainer. I go to the gym at 6 in the morning to train people. I train people from 6 in the morning until 12 o'clock on the days I had to work for Boston Wrestling. I get off work at 12 o'clock. Go get the rent-a-car.
Okay.
Without stopping. And I'm up at 4 in the morning now.
But
So
of
I've been
course.
up since 4 because
Sure.
I got to have breakfast and everything. I'm
Sure.
at the gym from 6 until 12. Then I will go straight to the rent-a-car place, get a rent-a-car, and drive to Melrose. So I'm starving. I ain't eating up there since 4 o'clock in the morning.
And you've had a full day before noon.
Exactly.
Quite honestly.
I don't put in all them hours. So I
Right.
called Dan one day, and I said, Dan, to save you some time, so that we could get started earlier, because you say you got a lot of things to do, so we could start early. I said, can you get one of them kids that work with you to go get me some chicken wings? He said, sure. So I get there, they have my chicken wing. You remember I just sat there eating the chicken wing? The reason I ain't ate them chicken wings, that people don't know, I ain't ate all day. And there was no time between, from 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm running. I work a regular job. I'm not rich. I'm a very poor man. So when I get there, Dan go to pay me. He give me $180. I said, Dan, you cut me $20. He said, well, I had to pay for them chicken wings. I didn't say nothing. I'm driving home. My wife would tell me, don't go there no more. He's taking advantage of it. My wife kept telling me that. She kept telling me
As
that.
a good wife
By the
would
way,
say.
my wife is in the hospital now with a stroke.
By the way, I
Oh,
want to ask you,
boy.
how is Monica
Sorry.
doing?
I talked to her about, right before you came to pick me up. She's all happy. She worried about me being in a car accident or something happened to me. She always worried about me. She loved me to death, and I love her the same way. She's the greatest woman in the world. So I get home that day. Then the virus hit. There's other stories to go with that, but I'm just trying to make everything brief.
I want to make something clear here. We're going to get through the whole story. But your wife's ill.
Yes.
Everybody knows this.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you, when you work with someone for a while, do you think you build a friendship with that person?
You would think so.
Okay, but at this point, you're working with Mirade. Did you consider him a friend?
Yes.
So,
wait a
your
minute.
wife
Wait. Wait a second. He knows your wife is sick, and this is how he treats you? I just
Yes.
want to make sure I'm getting this clear before I completely fucking explode. But are you serious?
Well, I'm the type of guy.
I mean, what is that though? If he's your friend, then why would he possibly do something like that?
It was a way I was raised. I would go work for a guy. See, I was raised in the country. See, y'all city slickers. I'm an old country boy from the hills of Virginia.
We're city slickers?
I would go
Interesting.
haul hay for a guy all day long. And at the end of the day, he gave me 4 dozen of eggs.
Right.
It was called horse trading
Right.
in the olden days.
Right.
So I'm used to doing a lot of work and getting a little bit back.
I think you're right, Tone. 'Cause I'm not hauling hay, so I think I am a city slicker. Thanks a lot. Go on.
Well, it's the way I was raised.
Of course.
I got this way as long as Klondike Bill, you tell me you have to take the big ones with the little ones.
Sure.
And I just overlook things. I just let it go. I don't let it interfere with my happiness. I like to be happy.
Tony, it sounds like you trust people.
When you stop
That's
and
what
think
it comes down to.
when you stop and think about it, I started in the 70s.
Right.
How many wrestlers that still active today?
Not many.
That started in the 70s.
Right, not many.
So I feel fortunate. I feel proud to be an American. I just feel proud when I get something. Sometimes what I get makes me happy. Sometimes what I get, it never makes me sad. I'm never sad. I just get what's called disappointed. So when the virus hit, the studio closed in Boston. The studio closed. So Dan couldn't tape. So he asked me, he said, can we come to your house and tape? So he's going to drive from Melrose up to Maine.
He's like, hey, keep Boston wrestling, keep the wrestlers working, right? Keep them working.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Gotta keep them all working.
Keep working. So he drove up to Maine to meet me at my house. I said to myself, I said, boy, that's great. I said, for the first time, when did I first start with them? For the first time, I don't know when I started with Boston Rise, but I said for the first time in my life, Dan gonna pay me what he promised. Because I got no expenses.
Okay.
This was gonna be the first time. The
Right.
first time.
There's no gas, there's no hotel, there's
Nothing.
no food.
I'm gonna
Right,
get
right.
$200. For Dad, he got to give me $200. I don't have to pay for no rental car. I don't have to pay for no food. I got no expense. I can sit home and make my $200.
This is a slam dunk.
I was happy as a hog in slop.
Right.
Then he paid
Rolling
me.
around.
Then he paid me $100. I said, whoa. I thought it was $200. I thought it was $200 for the taping.
Did he charge you for his gas to get there?
I don't. He took $100 out, and I asked him. Dan, no, I'm telling the truth. He know damn. I don't care what he tell them Boston wrestling fans.
Right.
He know. He know damn well. I'm telling the freaking truth.
And at this point,
I have no reason to lie. I'm an old man.
Tony,
got
I want to
nothing
reiterate. I want to
freaking lose.
reiterate during
I'm
this
telling
time.
the damn truth.
I want to
can't
reiterate.
defend myself.
At this time, Monica is still in the hospital.
My wife is in the hospital. She's in the hospital,
Interesting.
suffering with a stroke.
But you know what? I'm going to defend Dan here. I'm going to defend Dan.
Why?
I'm sorry, Tony. I'm going to have to.
Why? All right,
the guy's
fine, go.
using his website, and he's selling your artwork.
Yeah, but he promised me $200.
Okay, but
he promised. Hey, a man is only as good as his word. What my mother taught me.
Imagine that.
Now let me finish.
Imagine
story,
that.
Mom.
Go ahead.
Let
Go,
me finish.
Tone.
So,
Go.
so he gives me $100 instead of the $200.
I can't believe this guy. Okay.
But being Tony, I said, well, at least I made $100. And this time he paid for my meal and the Corona beer that I was drinking. So I said, well, at least I got a free meal out of him.
And a beer.
And a
Corona beer.
And a beer.
For 6 hours.
It cost me $100.
Chicken wings and a beer, 6 hours.
6 hours.
Good pay.
That's great.
Good.
So finally, the studio opened back up. The studio opened back up.
Okay.
So I drove down. I couldn't get my deal with the rent-a-car no more. Rent-a-car went up. So the rent-a-car was $120 for the rent-a-car.
Right.
When I add up my expenses, now he's supposed to pay me $200.
Sure.
My expense was $275.
Oh, great. Nothing like losing money.
So now I'm paying out of my pocket. I'm spending money with my wife in the hospital.
Great.
No work.
Great.
Broke, living on Social Security. I'm a senior citizen.
Sure,
so I live
sure.
off of Social Security. So then, now I'm spending $75. I'm paying to
You're
work,
paying.
to be on his program. I'm paying.
You're paying.
So I said, Dan, I
Wow.
can't keep doing it. He said, well, I can get you some more money. I said, well, how you going to do that? So he started soliciting me to do artwork for him.
So he's going to make it up to you. I'm going to get you artwork.
Right, get me the artwork. But
gotcha.
what you don't understand,
That's
I
making it up.
I still got to do the work.
Of course.
I mean, it ain't like I got a machine to run off artwork.
Right.
It
course.
takes me a week to do one of them artwork.
Of course.
It's a week.
That's your
So I
timetable.
work all week. Dan charged them $175. I get $100.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This is my first time hearing that. You charge $175.
Right.
And Dan,
give me $100.
Percentage-wise,
He takes
It's
getting close to half.
It's well, if Dan takes 75, you charge.
He's getting 100. He's getting. He's taking. Yeah, he's taking close to
so
half.
Dan's
Reasonably
taking
close.
40% for what?
For getting me to work.
Oh, so he's getting you to work.
Right.
So it's a 40%.
Right. And so
mark.
when I come down, instead of giving me, if I do two artwork, instead of giving me 200, he give me 400. If I do one artwork, he give me 300. He give me the 100. He said, see, I told you I make you more money. I said, that's okay. Then one Christmas, he come around with this paper. He want me to sign the letters. I said, what these letters for? He said, always it help you and wrestlers to make some money. He started soliciting money, had people to send in money to help me to pay my rent.
To pay your rent?
Yeah, to pay my mortgage.
Oh, okay.
I never saw a penny of it.
What?
Yeah, he would use me to solicit money from people. And he pocketed the money.
Do you have any idea how much he accumulated?
No. One guy told
you know
me.
what? You know what that is? Fraud.
There was a buddy of mine that told me at a convention. He said, "Hey Tony, I see you was having problems with Dan trying to help you to get around." He said, "You got $400 or some dollars, in the that."
Hey, I donated to you, brother. I'm here to help you. Your wife's in the hospital, bro.
Yeah.
I donated to Boston
So I said,
Wrestling,
"Well,
$400.
I never seen none of that money. Where
You didn't see anything.
Not a freaking penny. So finally, I was talking to some people when when the corona hit, everything got canceled. So a buddy of mine named Larry Huntley, he said, "Tony, you should get on Facebook."
Okay.
He said, "You could sit home if you need to make for what this guy pay you. You could make more money sitting home."
That's right.
So one day I kept brushing him off. Finally, I said, okay, let's do it. So I went out, bought me a little laptop, went to Verizon, got my Facebook account and everything. And me and old Larry Huntley, he runs wrestling. In fact, I'm wrestling for Larry Huntley at the Skowhegan Fair.
Okay.
And Larry started helping me. And he drive 50 miles. He lived 50 miles from me. But because me and Larry been friends back since the 90s, he drives up, and I try to give him money for gas. He wouldn't take it. So what I do, I would buy him food and do what I can to help Larry and everything. And so we did a virtual sale. I did one virtual sale. Hell, I made $700.
Hello.
I gave Larry $100.
Maybe there's something to this Facebook.
I gave Larry $100, and the two people he brought with me, I gave everybody $100.
Okay.
I made $400. I didn't even have to leave my room. Took me 1 hour to do it.
Wow.
I said, shit.
Yeah, huh?
Going to Boston Wrestling, I make freaking $100 if I'm lucky, and it's a 10-hour day. See, it's 2 hours driving. 6 hours of taping,
of course,
and a 2-hour drive back.
Nice.
So the day for me, the day went from 1 to 11.
Right.
I leave my house at 1 o'clock. I get home at 11 o'clock.
Right.
Sometime 11:30, depending on the traffic.
Gotcha.
It was a full, it's an 11-hour day for me. So I said, I did it on January the 15th. I'm sitting there, I'm eating my chicken wing. Dan is doing a virtual now. Now he don't start doing virtual selling with my artwork and stuff. So I'm sitting there eating. I said, Dan, I'm getting me a computer. Yeah, Dan, You can watch his tape. If he got that tape, you can see it on tape. He got this tape. He's doing a virtual. I said, Dan, I'm getting my computer. I don't want to sell on your virtual. I'm going to be doing my own virtual. Ignore me. So then he called for the thing. I said, I'm not working for you no more. And that's what happened.
Okay.
Now I hear from people. Dan been texting me and emailing me. I mean, not email, but been texting me. I gave Marty one of them. I've been deleting them.
So Tony, I want to alert the fans out there. So when this went on, you and I, we spoke on the phone. Hey, what's up? You told me the story. I said, good for you. Do you end your relationship with him? Just do you. Take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's what you did.
Yeah,
that's right.
So J12 says out there, what's the end game for us?
For us?
So, hold on.
Okay. The end game?
So
this is not a game.
When
Go
you
on.
said, hey, yeah, cool, I'm just doing me, and you disappeared, you didn't bother with the guy, and he kept texting you.
I left him alone.
And then I didn't really know much about Boston wrestling, and
Right.
then all of a sudden I'd hear this guy talking trash about you. Now, I didn't like it. So we asked you to come on. Remember, you called in, and you were nothing but a professional. You didn't badmouth him, even though he claims we tried to bait him in.
I have no
you
hard
didn't say
feeling
a
with that. I
word.
just don't want to work for him
Yada,
no
yada,
more.
yada.
That's it.
So
I don't want nothing to do with him. That's it.
Again,
right.
This continues on.
Simple.
And then recently, something happened with Marty Jannetty.
Right.
And then you alerted to me other videos with Kamala talking about what
Right.
and this.
Sure.
And I said, you know what? I'm not going. So I'm going to go back. I'm not going to sit here. I consider Jannetty a friend.
Sure.
I consider Mr. Atlas a friend.
Of course.
I'm not going to let this shit go on anymore. I will use this program to stop this nonsense. He could have just left you alone. And
That's
there's
what I
nothing
asked
would have
him.
gone
He
on.
won't do it.
But instead, he still talks about you.
7 months, brother. 7 months. Every other day I get a threat. You know what he's threatening to do with me now? Take a guess.
What's he threatening to do?
He want to report me to the IRS so they stop, so he could so they stop saying he want to take away my Social Security check.
Because he's mad that he can't
I'm
underpay
on
you and
I'm on-
overwork
the
you?
The only income I got is my Social Security check, and because I want work for Dan Mirade, he wanna. I showed him because I knew y'all they gonna call me. Dan gonna call me a liar. I knew that because he done that before.
He called you a thief on the last video I saw with Cena Senior. Just 2 days ago.
I knew.
3 days ago, whatever the fuck it was.
I knew from before when people asked me why did I stop, and I told them the truth. Dad went on and called me a liar. He made fun of me. He said stuff like, "Now who would work for $50?" That was pouring salt in the room because I done that.
You did it.
I did it.
Right.
Now I'm really
'Cause
feeling
it's
like
so outrageous,
Now
people
I'm really feeling like a fucking idiot. This guy fucked me up the ass and don't even give me a kiss. And then he gonna. I hope I didn't say nothing wrong.
Absolutely not.
And I said, enough is enough. I don't want nothing to do with him. I don't want nothing to do with
Well,
him.
how does it make you feel
Now-
when you're on that show?
He's going out to my look. If I'm such a horrible person, if I'm so horrible, if I'm stealing from you, if I'm lying about you, why in the effing hell are you playing my tapes? When Vince McMahon get rid of somebody, he don't keep showing their matches. Why is I'm on Boston frickin' wrestling? Why? Why you showing my tapes? Why you selling my tapes? If I'm such a horrible piece of crap, I wouldn't sell the tape of no horrible piece of crap. I wouldn't sell the tapes of a liar. I wouldn't sell the tapes of a thief. Now I'm a thief. Now he's going out to my freaking Social Security.
He ain't going
That's
after
all I
shit.
got left.
He ain't going
Damn,
after
what you want
shit.
me to do?
He
You
ain't
want my
going after-
freaking Social Security check? You want my Social Security check now? What? 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 Are you gonna take my Social Security from me? I worked 60 fucking years for that Social Security check. Are you gonna take it? And all them black man people that's supporting you for my Social Security check? Why? You never took a fucking bump in your life. You never did nothing for this business. except for sucking like a fucking leech. I tried to ignore you, man. I left you alone. Why you can't leave me alone? What do you want me to do? Come down there and beat your crippled ass into Bolivia? You cannot whoop my ass, boy. I would beat the living dog shit out of you.
Tony, take a break. We're going to take a commercial break. We're taking a commercial break.
We'll be right back, guys.
And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
Hi, it's Josh from Under the Table Hot Sauce. I'm here with my friend, the star of the show, Jimmy Farrow.
Yeah, what's up, JB?
Nah, nothing.
It's been a hot summer, and for all your barbecue needs, you can go to UnderTheTableHotSauce.com. 13 unique flavors to choose from, created and bottled in a Long Island kitchen. UnderTheTableHotSauce.com. Let's go chow, JB.
Let's do it.
All the flavor, twice the burn. Second.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Monte The Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV, where we have the iconic Chris Masters in studio. And boy, I got to tell you, I want to thank all the fans who have donated. The Pharaoh will be attempting to break out of the Master Lock Challenge, and all donations are going to the St. Jude Children's Hospital. First off, I got to say, Chris, holy shit. You're huge. You know what? You don't realize how huge you are
Try to stand up, right?
until you stand up. Holy cow.
Yeah, people just don't realize 6'4", 260 pounds still. So, I mean, you know, it's what pro wrestlers are supposed to weigh. And
thank you, sir. And that's why I love you in NWA, and I never want to see you in AEW. I want to see you either WWE or stay in the NWA. But first off, the Pharaoh's been good enough to accept the challenge. He will try to break out of the Master Lock Challenge. But before we get to it, got to ask you a question. Being an old school wrestling fan, right, and you loved wrestling, do you remember the Cobra Clutch Challenge?
Oh, boy.
Back in the day. With Slaughter.
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's probably one of my oldest memories.
So I always wish the Master Lock Challenge was going to get to that level. Was that the plan behind the Master Lock Challenge? Was to have you weekly, like constantly put down guys until you just get into that big feud with the guy who finally breaks it?
I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know if in our day and age we could have drawn it out that long, because I think it went a good year and a half or something without getting broken, which already seems like a long time at that point. But, you know, I did a lot of stuff to derail. You know what I mean?
I got you.
A lot happened in that block of time, so it could have gone any which way, I imagine.
Well, I want to remind you, Chris, and I don't want to put a lot of pressure on you, but if my partner, who I love dearly, breaks out of this, your career is over.
It's done.
And I'm going to have to call you and hire you at my place.
What are you
doing? So you got one choice.
No, I'm leaving the country.
You're leaving. So it's either break them in half. I know there's money on the line for children, but it's either break them in half or lose your career.
Do it for the kids.
I'm going to go to Southern Africa or something.
All right, Pharaoh, are you ready? The Master Lock Challenge.
Okay, so this is we're gonna go through this step by step, though, right?
Go ahead.
We've got him placed. We've got our victim in the chair.
Victim,
like so. What the? Now he's already not starting this out right. He's got a hat on, sunglasses. It's already put it on.
Chris, he's already disrespecting.
No, but I'm just saying it puts you're at vulnerability.
There's your hat. Hold on, here's your
get rid of everything. Okay, you don't got to get rid of anything else.
Yeah,
Stop
right.
there.
Are you sure? Wait a second.
No.
You're kind of put together kind of well.
No, you keep that on. You keep that on. We're good there. Okay,
Man,
so
this
our
is no
next
fun
step
at all.
This is a very important part. Okay, so we hook under here.
Oh,
right?
Jesus Christ.
We hook here. and then we hook here. Now, this is
come
a very
on,
important
man. This
detail.
hurts already.
It does, doesn't it?
It does! Look
Okay.
at this. He's bragging.
But here's what's important. You gotta hook the fingers like this.
God almighty.
You can't just interlace them. So you gotta hook
Wait,
them
hold
like
on. My
this.
beer gut. My beer gut.
Oh,
Wait.
boy. And go ahead and stand up.
Jesus.
Go ahead and stand up. All right, there we go.
Get out!
All right.
Yeah, we're good. Ow! No, Dave,
So now
we're
what
good.
you do?
We're good.
Yep,
I guess we're not good.
Wait,
Oh,
you'll
shit.
see that you just push the head forward,
Stop it.
and it cuts off blood flow to the head.
come
And
on,
what
man.
happens is they
jeez.
start to pass out
This is a bad
slowly
idea.
but surely and turn this color purple. That tends to be a bit disturbing. And this is the point. Yep. See, you don't
It's
hear
over.
much.
You finished them.
Got very quiet.
Wow. Well, while he's sleeping, Eric Sims, come on in there. Good job, Mr. Masters. Thank you, sir. Eric.
Hey, Eric.
You travel
Hey,
with Chris.
it's no BS. It's your cult hero. It's ESS. And we're on tour. Chris Masters. Here's where you're going to see Chris Masters today, right after this. 11 o'clock, we're going to be at the Wrestling Universe. That's in Queens, New York. Flushing, whatever. Anyway.
You got this. You
I
got
it.
this. Keep going. Keep
All right,
going.
all right.
By the way, the fans say the Pharaoh is fooked. He's more than fooked.
Hey, don't wake him up.
Anyway, after the Wrestling Universe in Flushing, Queens, New York, we're over at the Wrestling Collector. That's in Stockholm, New Jersey. Another autograph session, 3 to 5 p.m. And then if that's not enough...
It's not enough.
If it's not enough...
It's not enough.
You come see Chris wrestle tonight at SWF Live over in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. And then finally tonight, we got another virtual tonight.
Wait, we still got another one after that?
Chris, how much is this guy paying you?
9 o'clock tonight. Captain's Corner virtual. Wow. On the Captain's Corner Facebook page. Yeah. And if that is not enough, tomorrow we go down to Westminster, Maryland. That's just outside of Baltimore. You know, Westminster, like the dog show, but it's the town in Maryland. It's Celeb Fest 6. Chris Masters will be my guest signing autographs at...
When are we going to sleep and eat?
There is no sleep. You sleep when you're dead.
Jeez.
By the way, BS Express says Chris Masters did a better job with Pharaoh than Hogan did with Belzer. How do you like that?
I concur.
Chris, thank you for joining Long Island's #1 pro
Thank you,
wrestling
everybody.
broadcast.
Thank
You
you.
are an icon. Good luck this week.
ESSpromotions.com for all the information.
This is Mike Monty, and for my partner who's still out cold, we'll see you at about 10 o'clock where we've got our special guest coming in at 10. So join us. Have a good day.
Jimmy Brunzell, Greg Gagne. Well, Greg Gagne was just a stick. He weighed about 170 pounds.
My partner calls them tennis legs.
Stop.
Tennis legs.
Yeah, but he was able to beat guys that were 6'6", 350. Oh, he pinned their shoulders right to the mat.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Are
I mean,
we-
he's a tough son of a
Are we,
bitch.
are we talking about nepotism here?
Yeah, that's what it is. Nepotism wins again.
For a second, I thought he was
So,
being serious.
You know, since you're talking about Greg, then, if nepotism wins again, how come Pops didn't put the belt on him to try to save the territory?
Well, yeah, well, that would have been ugly. Yeah, that's the only thing I get. That would have really been ugly.
You don't see tennis legs as a heavyweight champion?
The what?
Tennis legs. Greg Gagne.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work? Heavyweight champion of the
Well,
world?
Larry Henning referred to Greg Gagne
no.
as buggy whip arms, spindly legs,
Buggy whip arms?
yeah, pot belly,
Nice.
a neck like a stack of dimes,
Oh, boy.
but tough.
But tough.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a promoter's kid.
Was Vern tough, though?
Oh, yeah.
Could Vern whoop your ass?
Vern, no.
No.
Were you being serious?
No, I'm
I'm
asking.
going to come over there.
No, whoa,
please don't come
whoa.
over here. No,
Was Vern tough enough to take on guys like you?
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's the
No.
question.
Vern was national heavyweight
Legend.
wrestling
I know, I
champion.
understand that, but-
back in his day, a heavyweight was 200 pounds.
Or not even, right?
No,
So,
but 198,
Right.
actually.
Right.
Because you have the light heavyweight up to 196 or 198, and anything after that, you were a heavyweight.
right.
And he won the National Collegiate Championship 2 or 3 years in a row. And he was voted by the Amateur Wrestling Hall of Fame down in Iowa. This is about 20 years ago. He was voted the #1 amateur wrestler in the United States for the first 50 years.
Sure.
Wow.
Well, that was my point. Like, I know Billy Robinson, I heard, was like really, really tough, right? He could fuck
Sergeant
people.
Slaughter slapped him around like a redheaded stepchild.
Really?
Yes.
Tell the story.
Well, I wasn't there.
So then,
There was Sergeant Slaughter and Chris Taylor, 6'5",
Yep.
400 pounds. He was a Greco-Roman wrestler in the 72 games with me. But Sergeant Slaughter and Chris Taylor and a couple other, and the Irwin brothers from Duluth, Minnesota, they came in the next year into Vern's wrestling camp. And so Billy Robinson was fucking around doing something, and he got in an altercation with Sergeant Slaughter. And Sergeant Slaughter, what we refer to in wrestling as stretching your opponent, that means you get the best of them and then make them give up.
right.
Baron von Raschke, you guys remember the Baron?
Sure.
Sure.
He was national heavyweight wrestling champion out of Nebraska back in the early 60s. He said, he told Billy Robinson at training camp, he said, "Billy, you're from England. That doesn't mean shit around here. Any good collegiate wrestler could whip your ass."
Wow.
He said the only reason you beat people is that they let you have their body. Like they'll get down the floor and then you try to do something. You'll give them a cheap shot, like driving a knee into the ribs while they're down on the floor, drive a knee into the hip, cheap shots. And Billy says, "Well, that's not true." Well, it was true.
Yeah.
And Slaughter heard that, and Slaughter wasn't afraid of him anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he injured Sheik, didn't he, Billy Robinson?
Yeah, I was there.
He
That
hurt-
was like the
he hurt him bad.
First week of our training camp in 1972, December of 72. Or was that? No, November of 72. So we were all down in a referee's position in amateur wrestling, and we'd try to turn each other over and escape and everything, as if you were in an amateur match. Well, then Billy says, "Cosroe, That's Iron Sheik. Khosrow Vaziri is his real name. So Billy's trying to turn, I think, Ric Flair. He couldn't turn him. And so Billy's, come here, Khosrow, I can turn you. Well, Rick weighed 300 pounds and Khosrow weighed 180. And Khosrow looks at him, no, coach, no, coach. He couldn't speak very good English back in those days, as if he can now.
I was just thinking that. Okay.
So here comes the challenge. Billy said, I can turn you. So Khosrow gets down on the mat, spread eagle. Billy Robinson could not even turn him an inch. Well, Billy gets pissed off and says, okay, I can't turn you. Well, we'll do the get down on your hands and knees, like referee position. And takes his knee, drives it right into Khosrow's hip. Oh, I was there and I said, you motherfucker. What a cheap shot.
Yeah.
And well, Khosrow's damn near in tears, and he had a lump and a bruise on his hip for a month after that. And I told Billy after training camp that day, it was 6 hours a day.
Yeah,
we go to training camp, and I said, "Why did you do that?" Well, he's making fun of me. I said, "No, he wasn't making fun of you. He just said that that." You couldn't turn him, and that was it.
So Vern didn't get involved and say, hey, take it easy on these guys?
Vern wasn't there.
Wasn't there at all?
No, he was at the office that day.
Okay.
But Vern did show up a day or two later, and we all had a little powwow, let's say, about what Billy was doing, taking cheap shots and stuff. And then a few weeks after that, Barron comes out and tells Billy that he couldn't beat an average college wrestler.
Yeah, I had a lot of Don Morocco. I had 14-hour matches with him, and they kept telling. Vince Seniors kept saying he said, well, "I'm waiting till you get it right."
That's funny. That's
cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Still waiting till you get it right, cha-ching. How about the list of guys you went through during our high school years? It was ridiculous. Adonis, Morocco, Ventura, Playboy Buddy Rose, Mosca. Can I say Killer Khan?
Can I
Killer
throw
in Killer
Why not?
Khan was in there.
I mean, this list is unbelievable. But the greatest one I that for me just stays in my mind was the storytelling with you and Jimmy Snuka, that cage match. Can you fill us in?
Yeah.
On that? What a moment.
Well, he was a little shaky when he's in the ring.
Oy.
But we were in the cage, and he climbed up the cage, and then there was another something over the cage, so he climbed up the top of that, and I was down on the floor of the mat, and he jumped down and tried to land on me, and I moved out of the match. I moved out of the way because I wasn't going to let him hit me, because he was off balance most of the time, and I dove out of the ring and I kept the belt.
Well, there's a moment. Talk about storytelling.
Oh,
I think he comes. You could correct me. Comes off that top rope, maybe with like a Koko butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he decides, hey, he's not just going to do the Superfly splash on you. He's going to the top of the cage.
Yeah, that's what he did that day.
But you do the pop up. You see he's going up, so then you act like you're out unconscious, and then when he jumps, you move out of the way.
Yeah.
Was that your idea? Is that your writing right there?
Yeah, I let him think that he was going to get me. Yeah.
That is one. I was there live.
Yeah.
And that was one of the most. Talk about telling a story in a wrestling ring.
Yeah.
That simple move, incredible.
By the way, I know it sounds. I don't even know how this sounds. Is that something you guys can even practice before you have it happen?
No, there's
oh
no
my
practice.
God!
No, you don't do that.
So that was a one take. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm amazed at that.
And you know, when he started going up there, I acted like I was going to grab him, and then he just turned out and laid down on the floor.
That's great. Look, I know you probably stood clear of this, right? But as you know, what were your thoughts when you heard that Jimmy's girlfriend, Nancy Aregentino, came up?
Pardon me?
What did you hear, or what did you know about when Nancy Aregentino, Jimmy Snuka's girlfriend, was found dead? I know you probably stood clear of that situation.
You know what? You're there, and I'm here.
Yeah.
And I was here all the time.
Right.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't hang around with him. I didn't drive with him.
There you go.
I had some people. They had me in the car one night, and they started smoking marijuana, and I rolled my window down, and they rolled it back up. And a couple minutes later, I said, "Stop the car! I want to get out. I don't want to be in your car."
Right.
And they wouldn't stop. And you all know the ones that were in the car.
Yeah.
The click guys. They wanted to be in a clique all together so they could get power.
Right.
And I knew all about that, and I didn't do that. I walked away. They went in the bar, and I walked home from there. It was in Georgia.
Wow.
And I was and there was one of the guys that I had a lot of respect for because what he did in amateur wrestling, but I lost that respect after seeing him do marijuana, and after him wanting me to do it with them. They wanted to be in their push so they could put pressure on somebody if they want to leave, and everybody would leave with him. The people that were smoking.
That's a great message. You're sending a great message right out there to the kids and the world, right? Not to be pressured into something you don't want to do.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a big family, but I like kids a lot, and I have fun talking with them and playing with them.
Did these partying guys ever make you feel isolated afterwards, or try to bully you in the locker room? Oh, this guy's a square. Did you have to deal with any of that nonsense?
There was nothing said. No word was said about that.
There you go.
And that was in the book.
There you go. He put him in a chicken wing anyway.
Without a doubt.
That would be the end of that.
All right, we'll be right back with pro wrestling icon, Mr. Bob Backlund.
That's pretty hard to... I have a lot of favorite, like when Greg,
my guy, Valentine,
yeah. Greg Valentine, when he had me in the figure 4 leg lock and I was about to, and the bell rings, that's kind of it was a strange moment. And then when he walked out with the belt one night, that was a strange moment.
You see, he's mentioning my guy.
He is.
My guy.
He is.
There we go. Thank you.
I don't have any problems with anything that went on in the ring, and I mostly find that everybody was trying to do it the best they could and entertain the people.
All right,
I'm going to hit you to be entertained. You want you to be happy.
Yes.
We want you to be, hey, I had a good time tonight.
Oh yeah.
And whether it's business or work or not, you just enjoy my entertainment.
We were fortunate enough to see you at Madison Square Garden. We were fortunate enough to see you at the Comac Arena. Wherever we saw
at
you.
At the Nassau Coliseum. Any memories in the Nassau Coliseum?
Yeah.
Those were great days.
All right, Bob, I'm going to give you Monty's final question.
Oh.
The Mount Rushmore of professional wrestlers. Who is Bob Backlund's Mount Rushmore?
Gotta pick 4
of professional
You're not
wrestlers.
the first one we've done this to. You got to pick 4. Who is Bob Backlund's Mount Rushmore?
I'm trying to pick out 4 wrestlers that were the best.
The best.
That you would put on Mount Rushmore if you could. That you feel epitomize professional wrestling. These are the 4. Who would?
I think Don Morocco would deserve some special thing because of what he does. We had our matches that were fantastic.
He was magnificent.
Yes, yes. And then even George Steele.
Wow, that's
nice.
great.
What a guy, and what a character. And he gets the people some way or another throughout the match.
Okay, we got 2. Does my buddy Greg get on this thing, or?
And I like Ken Patera.
Wow, great.
I liked him because he was always about the match.
Right.
And he helped me. He had my first match with me on my first match in the WWF.
Wow.
And it was down in New Jersey. And he really did some things where he could have just made me look bad, but he did things to make the match look good. And I grew, and my level of like with the fans went up because of what he did for me in the ring.
Okay.
And then, you know, we had another match, and there was a little better than the one we had before. And then the people get more behind you, and that's what a babyface has to have.
So we got Morocco, we got Patera, we got Steele. Who's number 4?
What was it?
Yeah, one more 4. Is it Valentine?
No, it's
It's not Valentine. I lose.
Not
Your
Valentine.
guy got on the statue.
That's it.
Oh my God.
So Valentine got all the mentions, but Morocco got to the top
well,
4.
Then we're even because his favorite. We'll take this up later, Bob. Who's number 4?
But Don Morocco was the one.
Okay.
One of those 4.
Oh, we got Morocco, Patera, Steele, and Valentine.
I'm going to help you with one.
Yeah,
Bruno Sammartino.
Bruno. Oh my God.
I wasn't here that much, so I didn't really.
Right.
I knew his name, I knew where he was.
Right.
But I wasn't around watching his matches all the time.
Right.
And going to Madison Square
Right.
Garden.
So Valentine is on there. So there.
All right, so we're almost out of time. What is your message to the people of this country from Bob Backlund in these hard times between the virus, what's going on in the government, all this racial tension? What does Bob Backlund say to the people to help them?
I ran for Congress one time, and I enjoyed it. And I was down in Washington, D.C., and we can't give up. We got to keep believing ourselves. And you know what? Here's what I say. We can do it. We can do it. I wrote that on some of the papers that I signed for people earlier today. You can do it.
Yes.
They don't have to do it for you. You do it. And I think our country should be us, not them.
$390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
You want to star in your own success? Call QuickCast. www.quickcast.com. 866-7-CAST-NOW. That's 866-7-CAST-NOW. QuickCast.
Start your own success.
Welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, seen every Thursday out of Indie Music TV. This is a Saturday, of course, because we've got pro wrestling icon Bob Backlund. So, Bob, you used to do those steps all the time.
The Harvard step test is what they call it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that anymore, could you?
I could.
Come on, stop it. No way. No way.
Yeah.
Show me something. Can you, look, with all due respect, you're in great shape. How old are you right now, sir?
71.
71, in great shape. There's no way you can do any kind of test of strength.
What about that wheel? You roll the wheel.
That's right, yeah. You still do that too?
I used to do 400 reps a day with that wheel.
What can you do now?
And I used to do the step test for an hour.
Can you?
But you think I'm lazy?
Yeah, a little bit. Sure. Yeah. When you get older, everybody gets
do you
lazy.
Think I've lost all my strength?
To be honest, Bob, yeah, I think so.
Will you do what I do if I do something?
Oh, now you.
Sure, why not?
Oh, don't say that.
What are you gonna do? Just walk? I can walk.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, don't bring them over here by me. I'll mind my own business over here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah. What is going on here?
Yeah, I'm going to do it here.
What are you going to do?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Go here and here.
What? What? What the?
Look at that! Holy cow!
You're going to do this next, right, Mike?
No. Oh my God!
What? He's wiggling his toes! Oh, no. No wonder Valentine lost.
Holy cow!
Dude, this is ridiculous. Well, I used to think I was in shape. So much for me. I'll see you later.
Look at this!
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
What? What?
I can't get down! Yeah, what about that?
Yeah, baby! Oh my God! Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Bob Backlund.
Oh my God! Incredible!
Oh, my Lord.
Incredible!
Oy.
Holy
I'm
cow!
all over my body.
I'm exhausted just looking at that.
Oh my God!
Well, he clearly doesn't eat White Castle. Anyway.
Wow! Unbelievable!
How was that for you?
Oy.
That was
I'm busy
pretty amazing. Oh my God! All right, Bob. So, a couple of things.
Couple.
Backlund, from All-American Boy to Professional Wrestling's World Champion.
Oh.
Available on Amazon. Also, through John. You want to step in real quick to talk about where you?
I'll talk right here.
Well, you got to get on the mic a little bit. Come on over. You're okay. You
Bring
can
him
sit
in.
next to
Bring
Mr.
him in.
Backlund.
There you go.
All right.
The King of
So,
Connecticut.
go ahead.
Folks.
Tell the fans out there.
If you want to get that book, it's an awesome book, by the way, and Bob will autograph it for you, right, Bob?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can contact us at M&J Video Games and Collectibles, 860-93-GAMES, and we'll mail it out to you, or you can come to the store. And Bob is he lives near me. He's a good friend, and we do the virtual feed sometimes. So we're going to be doing one coming up. So if they want it, they can get it that way too. Just keep an eye out with you guys and with us.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
Jimmy, I got to take a dump.
What?
No. I mean, I need a dumpster.
Well, for all those needs, you need to call Big V Dumpster Rental, Long Island, New York, 631-900-DUMP.
And Nitro's Garage for all your automotive needs. Call 646-675-2349. That's 646-675-2349. For all your automotive needs, Nitro's Garage. Ask for Jack.
All right, you're watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Next to me isn't the Pharaoh. This is the great sunny beach. But we're excited to announce the great band Wisteria Hall, along with
Hall of Famer, WWF Hall of Famer, Koko Ware.
Sometimes love is like a slow dance. You can tiptoe around, but don't make a sound. You can make a little silent romance. Sometimes love sounds like a fight. It sounds like an argument. It sounds just like a pile driver. Yeah, yeah, pile driver. Sometimes love, what you feel like, it just feels fake. That's right. First you think you're so strong, but something goes wrong. It feels like a great big mistake. Sometimes love feels just right. It feels so real. It feels just like a pile driver. Yeah, yeah, pile driver. You're right beside her. Your heart's on fire. She's got you hardwired. Higher, higher, pile driver. Yeah, yeah, pile driver. Hit it, boy. Well, sometimes love feels just right. It feels so real. It feels like a pile driver. Yeah, pile driver. Yeah, yeah, pile driver.
You out of your I went McDonald's this morning for them. The once is enough.
Oh my God, help us.
God.
Please, once
Go ahead,
is
promote
enough.
your stuff. Go ahead, toot your horn.
God damn it.
Jesus, God
It's no BS with your cult hero over here. Anyway, tonight, Max the Impaler is going to beat up some poor schlub at the Warriors
A
of
gentleman
Wrestling.
named Max.
Bang!
Max versus Max.
Max has the nerve to take Max's name?
Can I talk, please?
Max is dead. Go ahead, spiel.
Max, they, he, shit, whatever, going to beat up some poor schlub in Warriors of Wrestling, St. Finbar's Church in Brooklyn, New York.
In the
And
church.
That's going to be in about 2 hours or 2.5 hours or so. We got to get down to that show just as soon as we're done here. And tomorrow we're up in Albany, New York at Heroes Hideout, where it's going to be Max the Impaler, Father James Mitchell, and a couple other talents going up there. Maria Canales and her husband.
Oh.
And Brooke Tessmacher. And so it's going to be fun up at Heroes Hideout at the Colony Center, 11 to 1. So, and then to follow everything ESS, it's ESSpromotions.com.
Well, I got to say, I am personally very impressed by Max's wrestling ability.
You're an excellent judge of talent.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're an
I
ass
will-
kisser. So am I. Just tell me I am.
Anyway,
That's fine.
so this is the time where we have something called the Pharaoh's Final Question. Non-scripted. I've unplugged the television. It's coming from his brain.
Whatever
I
there
don't know
is.
what he's going to ask you,
There ain't
James.
much.
It could be anything. I have no idea. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
What does the future hold for Father James Mitchell and Max the Impaler?
NWA Gold. Sooner than later. And a long trail of broken, twisted bodies.
Sounds like Tyrus is going to have some serious problems.
I'll tell you what. I'm a fan.
I would love to see Tyrus against Max the Impaler.
I would be rooting for Max
That would be
1,000%.
That would be an interesting match right there.
Max should have the belt. Forget Tyrus. I said it. I don't care if you're showing it on Fox News. Let's get fresh. Let's get new. Let's get original. Let's get Max.
I want Max to be Camille.
Camille's a side note in my mind.
Really?
Don't you fling it to the side? Get out of here, Camille. See you later. Come here, Tyrus.
All right, anyway, you've been watching.
I think big.
Thank you guys for joining us, James. Thank you, Max. Thank you so much.
What are you thanking Max for? Max is going to come over here. Don't thank Max again. I already thanked Max. Can I? Max, you can sit in my chair. I tell you what.
Sit.
Sit. I'll sit. I'll sit. I'll shit if you want me to. Sit and shit. Wait a minute. I just did. Oh, great. So long, folks. It was
I want
nice
to thank
talking to you.
Maxie Impaler.
Jeez, wait a minute.
I
Sit
see
on the
gold
side.
in Max's future. I see gold in Max's future. And James, always been a fan. Incredible human being. Thank you for taking the time. You've been watching Monty and Max, Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Seen only here out of Indie Music Television.
Go Yankees.
Max, you want to send us out?
Yeah! May all of your stains be large ones.
May all of your stains be large ones.